Helps if I turn the microphone on. So, pardon me. So I've been down with the bacterial pneumonia and plus work and all the rest of it. So, yeah, bit of a promo there with the Elite Dangerous intro video there. But anyway, we'll jump back into Anaconda. Just got to remember what I've done. So I've just recently just modified. Whoops. Trying to remember all the controls here. What do we got? Just trying a lot of going with the big pulse, and the rest is on multi cannons. I think they're long range with auto reload, most of them anyway. With just for shits and giggles. Anyway, what we're gonna do? I just need to. I'm just gonna. I think I'm in a anarchy zone, and I just want to a little bit of bounty hunting. Yeah, I don't have much on me. Oh, there's no fighter. Okay. Scarily, I've got to lose some shield power if I want to add. I don't know. Must be under optional. Looks like this place isn't selling any. I just want to see if there's any wars here at the moment. Otherwise, we're going to get our ass off to a sector. Okay. All right, let's just get the hell out of here and get into some quick loving.
Landing craft retracted. Observe speed restrictions when passing through the airlock.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Oh, what's that? A little bit of. Now, what I was looking for was a warrant scanner. Because I've been an anarchy system, I can shoot anything I really want to. But I without. I think you can shoot system ships, but they all come after you after a certain period of time. I just want to quickly try out these weapons after flying back from Quince. I think there's been a patch or two since I played. Noticed there were a few updates. But anyway, we're getting closer. Ship feels... I think the ship's very light at the moment. I'm usually got so much body armor and everything on it, but whole stuff and whole mods and all that sort of stuff. So it's very simply an anarchy system. You can shoot anything, really. I think if you shoot system ships, then the system ships come after you, but it's anarchy. So if a warrant scanner means I can scan, and if someone's got a warrant on it, means I get, I can make money off it as well. So
Scan detected.
what do we got here? Fer-de-Lance. Is he in a wing? No, so we'll just give him some love.
Under attack. Scan detected. Scan detected. Target shields offline.
Still think my long-range pulse did more damage, to be honest with you. God, everyone's just waiting around.
Scan detected. Under attack. Scan detected. Target destroyed. Scan
Yeah.
detected.
I don't know. Fer-de-Lance, it didn't see. Oh, this is elite. Alright, so we'll just...
Warning. Temperature critical. Target shields offline. Under attack. Warning. Impulse attack. Trajectory disruption. Warning. Temperature critical. Warning. Temperature critical.
Yeah, look at fire non-stop.
Warning. Taking heat damage. Scan detected.
Yeah. Not 100% sure this is better than what my laser setup, all pulse lasers. But what we'll do is we'll go to Quince and make some money and
Scan detected.
let's see, mate. I've done all the modding I'm prepared to do at the moment. I'd stripped my Anaconda down. I had about a 45 light year jump range. I think it's not going to be that much now. What is it? 31. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, I like to just get in a little bit close, sit there, and just naturally fill up on the fuel. Otherwise, I tend to get overheated.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
I love how it makes sound effects like I'm actually pulling against, what do you call it? Not G-forces. Like,
Frameshift drive charging.
what do I want to slow down for?
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Now, my Anaconda is, I'd say on average, most of the key things have got between 3 to 5 ratings. Most of the weapons are 5-star or 4-star ratings. I've got several sets of weapons modified. When I say ratings, I'm talking about the modifications. Some of the mods, it's just easy to get 4 or 5, or there was not a huge difference between the 5-star and the 4. But the difference was there was hours of
Fuel scooping.
farming to get a 5, but I still think the lasers might be more efficient, but to test them out I'm going to have to go, well, I'm hopefully Quince is still firing on all pistons there with wars and stuff. You know, I think the last time I was there we made 130 million in an hour and a half or something in a war zone in the, what do you call it? Conflict zones.
Frameshift drive charging.
The ship does feel a hell of a lot more nimble. It's probably because I haven't got all the, as I said, the armor modifications on it. The hull modifications.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Now, I have seen in the news something about more Thargoids. There's Thargoid bases and aliens and all this stuff going on, so that's all good. Originally, when I played this game half my life ago, played the original Elite,
Fuel scooping.
and Thargoids were a big part of the game. And I can only just remember that sometimes where you were hyperspacing between different planets,
Complete.
that you could get sucked into Thargoid space and get attacked. But I know I've done a lot of drinking and travelling since I last played the original game, or well, versions of the original game, and I don't think you got a great deal out of it. There was all this talk about big battleships and everything like that. And that's what's come into the game, the big, huge flagships, because they always talk about they were flying around in space. I remember as a teenager reading these things, and it was setting their imagination on fire.
Charging.
So I don't know what my teenage self would say. I think my teenage self would be impressed with the setup. You know, huge screens and comfy
4,
chairs and
2, 1.
heaters and air conditioners and all this magic stuff set up around me and a beautiful view of the city. But the game itself, I don't know. I think back then it was a lot more to do with imagination. I look at some very old games nowadays, and I think half your imagination used to run wild with games. I think that was the magic behind it. Nowadays, with so much technology and graphics, you sort of, I think you lose a bit of magic or imagination. Let's just say that.
Fuel scooping complete.
So thanks for all those who are joining me on my little trip. 11 jumps or so to go.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Now, the one thing I've got to say about Quince, if I haven't said it enough, I think I must have earned over 1 billion credits now out of Quince.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
I have 3 or 4 ships, and they're all maxed out. I think I want to buy a Python back and just mod it up with some of the leftovers I've got, but just to see what it feels like to drive modded, engineer modded.
Fuel scooping.
I wouldn't mind the Federation max ship. I think that looks really good. But I do love this Anaconda. Anaconda, I've got to say, the Anaconda from a game.
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, I'm heating up big time. Well, still heating up. Yeah, the Anaconda from. We're talking the early Elite days. I think you were stuck with a Cobra Mark III, if my memory's right. I think that's the only ship you got, and you could modify it and all the rest of it, and you'd fight these bigger ships, and you'd grow to really appreciate them because you'd always want them, but you couldn't get them, and it's a case I think you always want what you can't get.
Drive charging.
Now with Elite Dangerous, you can have a good range of ships, and I don't know. I think you can make so much money so quickly that you can quickly get out of ships.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
I suppose when I started playing Elite Dangerous, when it first came out, about I think a week after the release, back in, was it December 2014? I think. It was very tough on money and resources, and you had to trade, and it was hell of a grind. And I think since I come back in the last 6 months, oh geez, maybe
Fuel scooping.
whatever period it's been, there's that many more missions to make money on, and like I said, I've made enough money to have 300-400 million in the bank, max out 3 ships or 4 ships.
Fuel scooping complete.
With all the best rated gear and everything like that, so that's something I never got to achieve in Elite, but let me just make sure the heat's going down. What am I, dangerous? Alright,
Frame shift drive charging.
8 jumps.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
But I will still say about Elite, I think what Elite does, I think it's got. I haven't checked if, what is it, Star Citizen's gone live yet. Well, you can stop your laughing there. I don't think it has. I don't think it will for a fair while. And the other big game, what was it? God, it came out on the PlayStation. It was a big dud.
Fuel scooping.
It was all about billions and trillions of planets and things like this. And I think the biggest issue with Elite is, I think, from a tech point of view, it's great having. You can go everywhere and anywhere, but I think they should have restricted it. Just control the technology, given people reasons to stay, because I think we should have been, use warp gates or hyperspace or something like that, and they can go to 20, 30 systems or something like that, just to encourage more player interaction, because you can really spread out in this game. And you can be. Not meeting a lot of players, but then again, when you meet players,
Frame shift drive charging.
you can get griefed.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
The funny thing is, the first time I got, I guess, piracy attack on me is when I first started playing the game. I had just gotten. Oh, we're going in very fast here. Just see how quickly we can fuel up here. They've already overshot it. That's alright.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frame shift drive charging.
I have been trading in slaves. I think it was Imperial slaves, and I just made enough money, and I just put all my money into buying a brand new Cobra Mark III, first time docking computer, and I fill my hole up maximum.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Fill my hole up to the maximum, and zoomed into this platform. And just as I got close into the platform, I completely lost control of my ship because the docking computer taken out. As I said, this is the first time I had bought one and used one in the game,
Fuel scooping.
because I'd used them back in the original game. And it took complete control of my ship. And just as that happened, hidden in stealth mode was a heavily modified pirate player who basically mass spammed, dropped my cargo, and he whatever. And of course, he just saw my ship flying and going into land mode, so he opened up and blew my bits and pieces apart, and no idea what hit me. And he was asking me to drop cargo. I'll be honest with you, I had no idea how. Oh, what are we getting hot for? So me blew up. 3/4 of it was the docking computer was trying to land me.
Frame shift drive charging.
And the other quarter, or half, I say, is me like confused as hell what's going on. And then I see all the messages, him asking me to drop my loots and stuff, and
4, 3,
I suppose with him blowing me up, it didn't really matter. But the key thing for him to do that, he was never going to make that much money.
scooping.
How many jumps have we got to go? We've got 4 more jumps to Quince. Fill my tank up. I think we're going to be fine to go all the way.
Fuel scooping complete. Frame shift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
I think the long-term interest of the game, especially a ship like the Anaconda, you got 3 seats. I know you can multi-crew, and I think they have fixed it. I certainly will try that this week. But I reckon you should get your own NPC crew, and they pilot the ship and run it. And I reckon the long-term future of the game is you can set up your own transport
Frame shift.
and fighter guild or something like that, where you can hire NPCs and all the rest of it to fight for you. It's pretty much your fighting. Obviously, the AI is pretty smart in this game, because they are actually can be quite lethal.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
And to be able to build trading bases and things like that would be, I think, a good long-term sticky proposition to keep you interested in the game. Because fighting and killing Thargoids, we've all been there, done that before if you've played this game at any previous version.
Frameshift drive charging.
Same but different. Okay, why do I want to be slowing down for?
4, 3, 2, 1, engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage. Fuel scooping.
We're home, Johnny.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh, we're gonna overshoot massively. It's fine. Surprised that didn't take that long, actually. Yeah, if you're not aware, Quince is way on the outer rim of Imperial space. Oh, that'll be right at the backside.
Delacey, Kilo, Oscar Alpha. The Imperial Flight Operations Bureau welcomes you to our territory. We are honored by your visit. Docking request approved. Set course for landing pad 17. Clear for automated approach, Commander. Additional traffic reported. Please give way to larger vessels.
That looks like someone's under fire there. Possibly.
Landing gear deployed.
Thanks, baby. Bit disappointed. Oh shit! I didn't have shield banks in. I feel like I'm missing something. Now I did have military and military upgraded, but that's about 120 million credits. Um, but not a lot was getting through my shields, and I just felt it was overkill. Plus with the whole reinforcements too, 8A, 7A, 6A, 5D. I even think it's worth it to even drop that back to, if you're going to stay in the system for a while, to a smaller version. Oop, browse. We'll leave it in. We'll leave it in because we've got plenty of resources. Okay. What's the sold one? Let me just quickly check my stores. It's on one of my other ships. That's probably what's happened. Okay. Hmm. Strange. Alright, I'm just going to quickly swap between modes. Just see if I can pick up any um, combat missions. I don't know, they might have toned Quince down, I feel. Alright, let me just again jump through different hoops.
mission critical message.
Geez, all those bounties, 300 grand there, easy. Okay.
Landing coupler disengaged. You are reminded to observe safe speeds when traversing the docking bay.
Oh shit.
Landing gear retracted.
Whoa, how many of those are out here?
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
One step. Whoa, go slow down here.
Incoming mission critical message.
Good lord, I'm speeding. Okay.
Orbital flight engaged.
Gliding in. Oh, brilliant.
Landing gear deployed.
Low gravity warning.
There is a base here. Um, Not a base, a barrier. Trespassing zone.
Landing gear retracted.
Whoa.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
That was bizarre.
Delacey, Kilo Oscar Alpha. The Imperial Flight Operations Bureau welcomes you to this station, Commander. Access permitted. Plot route for approach to landing pad 10. Use of automated docking computer permitted. You are clear to hand over control.
Big Mama's home. Big Mama's home. The Eagle has landed. The Eagle has landed.
Landing gear deployed.
Touchdown confirmed. Ship secured. Enjoy your stay, Commander. Your comfort is our top priority.
Pilots are gently reminded that the docking bay operates under a time-slot tracking system that thanks them for their punctuality when arriving and leaving the fleet.
Oh, there's a civil war. Didn't take long.
For the safety of their crews and their passengers. Courteously remind pilots to seek authorization before entering the docking bay.
All right, look, it's 1 o'clock here at the moment. I might just say hasta la vista. So thanks for your tuning in.